everybody. And we're just setting up the video as well. And a very nice good morning from Laden, and good morning back to you as well. So I went for a nice run yesterday, which I haven't done for a while. So that was extremely nice. And so the muscles are a little bit sore, but still managed to do the yoga in my Vibe this morning, which is a personal development group that I'm in. And we all do some exercise, and we do personal development, and we set our goals for the week and do all sorts of really amazing things. But right now it is time for some, it was going to be Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I still only have the Chinese version. But we are reading an amazing book called The Art of Thinking Clearly, which has given us some really great things to think about. The back says the secrets of perfect decision making. I don't know about perfect, but some of the things definitely help you to examine the world around you a little bit better. And we can put this back a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit of a better angle. Today we're on chapter 59. If you have an enemy, give him information. The information bias. This one I think is going to be a very interesting. Just going to quickly say hello to somebody that has been saying something on Bigo Live. Oh, if my fingers can do the two things at once. Oh, that didn't work, and now it did. There we go. I feel like a radio DJ sometimes. So hello to everybody. There is Kate, there is YDD, who I've seen a few times, and there is also Emlyn. Nice to meet you all. Okay, let's get into chapter 59. In a short story, Del Rigor en el Ciencia, which consists of just a single paragraph, Jorge Luis Borges describes a special country. In this country, the science of cartography is so sophisticated that only the most detailed of maps will do. That is, a map with a scale of 1 to 1, as large as the country itself. Its citizens soon realize that such a map does not provide any insight, since it merely duplicates what they already know. Borges' map is an extreme case of the information bias, the delusion that more information guarantees better decisions. Searching for a hotel in Miami a little while ago, I drew up a short list of 5 good offers. Straight away, one jumped out at me, but I wanted to make sure I had found the best deal and decided to keep researching. I plowed my way through dozens of customer reviews and blog posts and clicked through countless photos and videos. 2 hours later, I could say for sure which the best hotel was, the one I liked at the start. The mountain of additional information did not lead to a better decision. On the contrary, if time is money, then I might as well have taken up residence at the Four Seasons. Jonathan Barron from the University of Pennsylvania asked physicians the following question. A patient presents symptoms that indicate with a probability of 80% that he is suffering from disease A. If this is not the case, the patient has either disease X or Y. Each of these diseases is equally bad, and each treatment results in similar side effects. As a doctor, what treatment would you suggest? Logically, you would opt for disease A and recommend the relevant therapy. Now, suppose there is a diagnostic test that flashes positive when disease X is present and negative when disease Y is detected. However, if the patient really does have disease A, the test results will be positive in 50% of the cases and negative in the other 50%. Would you recommend conducting the test? Most doctors said yes, even though the results would be irrelevant. Assuming that the test result is positive, the probability of disease A is still much greater than that of disease X. The additional information contributes nothing to the value of the decision. I had a similar one when I was running my cafe in the city. I would be looking for new suppliers, so fruit and vegetable, different other suppliers. Because after a while, if you keep the same supplier for a very long time, at first they give you really high quality fruit and vegetables, and then over time it gets a little bit less, and a little bit less good. And so what I would do is I would have a look at hundreds of different suppliers to see if I could figure out which one was going to be the best. And I had a coach at the time, and still do actually, who said to me, stop doing this. He said, I want you to pick 3. Just look for 3. And then get them to show you and get them to give you really good quality. And then after 6 months, you're going to do the same process. You're going to keep the one that you chose and then look for 2 new ones. And then you compare the 2 new ones to the one that you already had. And so now this person knows that they can't just keep reducing the quality, because you're going to keep checking and seeing and comparing them to somebody else, so that they know that if they drop the quality, you're going to choose somebody else. And so then after 6 months' time, whether you've chosen the same one or a different one this time, you compare the one that's supplying you right now to two others. And so you're cycling through more information rather than doing it all at the beginning. You're taking your time to go through multiple people. Now, eventually what you'll probably find is that you end up staying with the same person, but they know that you're keeping an eye on them, because they know that there is this tender process once every 6 months that they have to be a part of. And if they do drop the quality, then you'll end up with somebody else who is going to give you the quality that you deserve. So this is an interesting way of looking at it as well. Doctors are not the only professionals with a penchant for surplus information. Managers and investors are almost addicted to it. How often are studies commissioned one after the other, even though the critical facts are readily available? Additional information not only wastes time and money, it can also put you at a disadvantage. Time, among other things. Consider this question: which city has more inhabitants, San Diego or San Antonio? Gerd Gigerenzer of the Max Planck Institute in Germany put this question to students in the University of Chicago and Munich. 62% of Chicago students guessed right. San Diego has more. But astonishingly, every single German student answered correctly. The reason? All of them had heard of San Diego, but not necessarily of San Antonio. So they opted for the more familiar city. For the Chicagoans, however, both cities were household names. They had more information about it, and it misled them. Or consider the hundreds of thousands of economists in the service of banks, think tanks, hedge funds, and governments, and all the white papers they have published from 2005 to 2007. The vast library of research reports and mathematical models, the formidable reams of comments, the polished PowerPoint presentations, the terabytes of information on Bloomberg and Reuters news services, the Bacchanal dance to worship the god of information. It was all hot air. The financial crisis touched down and upended global markets, rendering the countless forecasts and comments worthless. Forget trying to amass all the data. Do your best to get by with the bare facts. It will help you make better decisions. Superfluous knowledge is worthless, whether you know it or not. Daniel J. Boorstin put it right. The greatest obstacle to discovery is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. And next time you're confronted by a rival, consider killing him, not with kindness, but with the reams of data and analysis. Another really important point to note with that is something that Tim Ferriss talks about, which is called minimum effective dose. So when it comes to most things, we like to get as much information as we can when we're researching the stock market, as much information as we can. When we are looking at exercise, we will do as much as we can as well. So we think that a 5-hour exercise session is going to be better than a 1-hour exercise session. However, when you have a look at certain techniques and certain ways that they have studied scientifically now, you can get the equivalent of a 5-hour exercise in 20 minutes if you do the right exercises. And this is called minimum effective dose. And so if you come up with a good system for analyzing stocks, or if you have a good system for analyzing houses or residential, retail, property, whatever it is that you are into investing wise, you need to come up with that system that eliminates anything which isn't necessary. So it's like Sherlock Holmes used to say, when you eliminate the impossible, all that is left, yes, well, I haven't quoted that one for a while. When you eliminate the impossible, everything that is left must be the truth. And it's the same. So there's a lot of, and I'm in the process of making some videos around the information that is available to people who want to invest in the stock market, for example, and in the real estate market. And it's learning what to remove. So you've got all of this information, and you learn to remove the things that are not important to you until you're only left with the most important things that are going to get you the good result every single time. So you could analyze all of this, or you could analyze just that small little bit and get the same results as somebody that spends all of this time and all of this money and all of this energy researching way more. So that's what I'm going to leave you with for today. I am looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are around that. and it is going to be amazing speaking to you about it in the comments on YouTube if you watch the replay, or on Instagram. And Milan has just left a message. I'm going to have to open that one up because it is too big to see what just popped up on the screen by itself. It all depends on what we are looking for and we want to achieve. Sometimes too little is not enough. Sometimes a lot is too much. So in the masterminds that I run, we very often talk about less is more. Less is more. If you can cut back to the bare most important essentials, then you're going to be much more successful than somebody that gets lost in all of the muchness of this delusion that you need to have all the information, because there is so much information out there that you are never going to have all the information to be able to make a perfect decision. Enough is enough, less is more. And yes, we need to be extremely aware for what it is that we are looking for. And once we can nail that down, then we can cherry pick the exact information that we need. And not for Fact Finder. Well, Fact Finder is interesting because Fact Finders, for example, like those websites that help you find financial services or help you find different other things, they can be useful for some people, but they don't contain all of the companies. And so that's the interesting thing. They also don't look at every single company. They just look at the ones that, in this case, potentially they get a commission from. But if you can do the same thing as those websites, but you do it for yourself. So that is a very interesting way of looking at it as well. So that was chapter 59. We're up to chapter 60, which means that we have been reading for 2 months, excluding the weekend. So we've been doing this for more than 2 months. So chapter 60 tomorrow. Hurts so good. The effort justification. This will be very interesting because I think it ties in with today's chapter. So if you'd like to watch the replays and watch me reading and get my commentary on the other chapters from the book, you can find us on YouTube, the Passive Cashflow Club. I would love to see you there. I'd love to see your comments and interact with you about the chapters that I've read previously. And if that's something that you think is going to be good for you, feel free. We'd love to see you there. And if you'd like to get in touch directly and see some of the other things that I do and the content that I put out there, you can also go to Instagram, business_team_6. I think it's now also _official. But if you do a search for business_team_6, you should be able to find us. And I am looking forward to seeing you there as well. And you can also reach out and DM me. And the YouTube channel is also going to start having some more content soon. I have some time to film some content finally, which is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to putting that up there. But the reading chapters of all the chapters that we've read so far are also there. There's a couple of other videos, some cash flow videos on how to play cash flow as well. So lots of really great things. Would love to see you there. Have an amazing day today. And I appreciate you coming. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the new chapter, Sydney, 8 a.m. It's going to be amazing. Have a great day till then.